Hello my friends, and how is it going? This is your boy Legend Ronnie, and this game is Rise of Civilization, if you are asking what this is about. Right, what we are going to do in this video, today's video, it's all about countering the cavalry and showing you the infantry setup the best way I can, or showing you the most of it, trying to explain to you how it works. I've done it yesterday on my live stream, so that would be 2nd of November 2018. If you want to check that particular live stream, it has the same title, Countering the Cavalry. That's what mainly I have done on that live stream. And this is what I want to do now, because I have a lot of battle recording before the live stream. So I'm just gonna play those and try to explain you the best way I can about these few things. Before that, I'm in the game right now, so I'm just gonna show you my commanders and a few other things. So let me get started. So this is my Charles Martel. I'm gonna show the commanders that I used for the battle. And these are his talents. This is how my Charles Martel looks right now. He is level 54 at 6 star. Then this is my Boudica.
Enemies will choke on their own blood.
And these are her talents. And if you are noticing, my Charles Martel is not maxed out. So he is my main commander that I'm working on, like, quite a lot. So since I started playing, he's the commander that I've been working on. Now another commander that I'm using is Joan of Arc. Her talents does not matter because she was never the main commander. She was always the secondary commander just to benefit from the skills. And there's another secondary commander who was Richard I, and you can see that he has 5, 1, 1 and 1. I'm not sure if I used any other commanders other than this. Oh, I used Julius Caesar. I'm going to show you some battles with Julius Caesar as well, as a secondary commander. And this is how my Julius Caesar looks right now. Right, now in addition to this, before I start playing the videos, if you think it does not matter in the Mightiest Governor event to try to get as high as possible in all the stages, so if you want to win in overall ranking to get the highest rewards, it does help you a lot to win as high a rank and as more points as possible in the stage rankings. Obviously, it does involve a lot of spendings, not necessarily in terms of money, but in terms of resources and speed rush. If you want to win this Mightiest Governor event or get close to win it as a free-to-play player, it's going to be hard, and not just hard, but you need a lot of resource management. So if you check my other videos about gem spending, I did explain how you could possibly win or get closer of winning these particular events. You need to save up a lot of speed rush, and I'm talking about hundreds and hundreds of hours of speed rush. So farming resources and buying speed rush from the merchant and then saving it up and just using it in one event. So I'm talking about 1 month of savings. This is how much I'm talking about. 1.5 months of just saving your speed rush and a lot of resources and resources cards for this particular event. So if you want to win one of these events as free to play or get closer to one of the highest rankings, this is what you have to do, because you have to spend on the training one, you have to spend on the barbarian ones, and you have to spend on the building or research speed one. That would be the increasing power. And the last one is the kill event, which involves resources as well. This is what the kill event involves, and a lot of healing time. Now some people are saying that it does not work on the Mightiest Governor event to kill barbarians. Well, if you look on the events, most of the time they try to connect the Mightiest Governor event when is the killing barbarian with another event. Most of the times, I think it may be one time it didn't connect since I'm playing, and this is like the 6th mightiest governor event that this server is having. So I think it's just one time they didn't connect, but most of the time they do. So for example, this time they connected with this Halloween event and this particular event. So you get more from killing barbarians than just points in the mightiest governor event. Sometimes it's the Cleopatra event when you get those small boxes of resources. Sometimes it's the Lohar event. So just killing the barbarians does not sound as bad as you think, because you're going to get a lot more for your action points, but you need to connect all of them to make the most of your resources. Resource management, this is a very important thing in this Halloween event. So this is what I've done, and I managed to get like 1.4 million points in the stage rewards for the mightiest governor. So I showed you my commander, I showed you this particular part, and now let's get straight in countering the cavalry. I was about to say countering the barbarians. How? Anyway. Alright, so it goes straight into the battle. I'm also talking on the background because I forgot to turn off the microphone. So this is Charles Martel. I think it's mixture of troops. So I'm fighting versus area. You can see over there she's a City Hall level 24 player. We are both similar in powers. I'm using my full infantry setup, Charles Martel and Richard I, and I think she has a mixture of troops with Hannibal Barca and Frederick I. So I'm just gonna speed it up because I'm going to win this one. Try to make the video as short as possible. So there you go. That's how easy it was to defeat. And if we check the battle reports, so there it is. Almost 170,000 troops versus 170,000 troops. So that was, you know, very painful for area, to be honest. So let me go ahead and see the next battle. Alright, that was too far. Full cavalry setup versus full infantry setup. You guys hear him? So let's see how good are the cavalries. The legend Ronnie has spoken. So that is correct. It's my setup right now versus full cavalry setup. Minamoto and Cao Cao versus, and her Minamoto, if that's a female name, her Minamoto is maxed out. So it's a VIP 9 maxed out Minamoto with Cao Cao, and I'm not sure how far she got with Cao Cao. So I'm using my Charles Martel and Richard I, and I'm not sure if you're noticing, but I think that's pretty devastating for area. I'm just gonna speed it up a little bit so I can do more and more battles. Die! Die! I want you to die. Just die already. You see how happy Legend Ronnie it is about finally winning against cavalry. Smash! So I have 68,000 left. Obviously I was very happy. So 166,000 versus 166,000, and these are her commander. Maxed out Minamoto versus almost maxed out Cao Cao. if you put in consideration, I showed you my commander at the beginning, and for this reason I showed you my commanders. So you can see that I don't even have the same level of skills on my commander. This is why I wanted to show you that at the beginning. Go full Minamoto and halfway Cao Cao, full cavalry versus Charles Martel and Richard I. Whew, oh my god. I was really happy about that. Anyway, that was epic. Exactly, that was very epic. So now, I think she went full swordsman, Richard I and Charles Martel. And obviously, I'm going to show you how to counter it. Basically, I'm going to show you how to beat my own setup. And why I'm trying to show you that. So this is just for testing purpose. The reason why I'm showing you that is I'm trying to show you that there isn't one setup that will dominate every single setup. There is always a counter. Boudica with Joan of Arc. And because I was too happy that I managed to beat the cavalry setup, I actually forgot I took 100 and... I sent too many. Oh. So yeah, I sent way too many archers. I had like 16,000 archers. It might have made a bit of a difference, but I'm not entirely sure. So the archers, they are a counter to swordsmen. So this is what it is. It is what it is. You cannot change it. All the troops, they have a counter. And if you believe when someone says that one attack is 5 points in defense, someone even told me on my comments, I don't think that is true. I think that real-time strategy, real-time battles are going to prove you otherwise. It's all about having the right setup. It's all about having the right talents, using the right commanders. That's what it matters. Statistics and mathematics, that is just on paper. So Boudica, when you do the real battles, exactly like Scipio Africanus says, the enemy is your best teacher. And that is very true. So I'm just gonna speed it up a little bit. Well, that was too much. Alright, so I'm gonna smash it down, and I have quite a significant amount of archers. So you see how much it matters to have the right commanders for the battle. It matters more than you can think. And why do you think, you might be asking as well, why do we fight like this? That's because we decided to do this on our server rather than destroy the server. So what we are doing, we made like a gladiator arena, and we just fight with each other with same amount of troops. Level 70 in the expedition. So I think the next battle is very far away. Yeah, so people started to jump in, to tune in. Dara versus Godras. That's the battle report. So 45 Minamoto with Cao Cao versus Hannibal Barca and Minamoto. But I believe Godras, because I did scouting, Godras doesn't have a maxed out Minamoto and a Cao Cao. While Dara has a maxed out Minamoto and almost maxed out Hannibal Barca. So yeah, it made quite a difference. So let me speed it up when I'm fighting. Right, that was too much. What? I didn't scout it. There you go. Maxed out Minamoto and almost maxed out Hannibal Barca. 150k. So this is another. You can see that Dara is a level 25 player, City Hall 25. So let's go ahead. Let's see if my setup is gonna break the Dara defenses. So I actually used the wrong commander on this battle. So the second commander was, I used it wrong. I was not paying attention. I was so anxious that my setup is working and I'm beating left and right. And I actually forgot that I had Boudica. I realized only like after, when I was starting to see the purple ball of doom falling from the sky. I was like, oh no, I used the wrong commander. Am I going to beat this one? But look at that. Because the main commander had the correct talents for the troops that I was carrying.
The wrong commanders? Oh my god.
Because I was having the right talents for the troops that I was using, even the secondary commander, if it was wrong, it was still working. I still had a bit of heal, which made a difference. It keeps bringing troops back. It is damage and debuffing as well the enemy. It is proven. So everything. So there you go. I just speed it up a little bit. So smash. So this is Charles Martyr and
yes.
Richard the First versus Frederick the First. So that is Frederick the First with Minamoto again and full cavalry, and I have Charles Martel and Richard. So there you go. This is his setup. So Minamoto is at least max boosting the cavalry, and so I think he's missing like just one VIP chest to max him out. I think it's the VIP 9 chest to max Minamoto out. But Frederick, it's so and so. Frederick the First with Minamoto. So he has 2 nukers. That is a serious amount of nuke. So he has 2 nukers and 0 defense. So this is how much one. And Charles Martel and Richard the First is doing it again. He's mashing it down. My god, the other legend Ron is not letting me speak at all. What I'm trying to say is that 1 attack is not 5 defense, nowhere ever. I think I have proven this way too many times. So basically he has nuke and only nuke, and Frederick the First, you can read what his first talent does. I don't really have to go you through. So Frederick, 2 nukers against defensive setup. These are the results. You cannot beat defensive setups. They are very strong. So Minamoto and Joan of Arc. Dara is trying to change things a little bit. So Dara is going to fight Godras on this one. So Godras is surviving a lot, but it's not doing enough damage. Exactly. His talents are probably wrong as well for the swordsman setup. People should watch my videos. Isn't it? Am I right? So let's use an underrated commander. Alright, I'm gonna put the next video. So I'm going with Charles Martel, and it's going to be Julius Caesar. Because this testing, it did not work. I do apologize about that. That was too loud. So I'm fighting Dara over here. So I'm using Charles Bartel and Julius Caesar versus Hannibal Barca and Joan of Arc with full swordsmen. So I have full swordsmen and Dara has full swordsmen. But how do I advise you to use Julius Caesar? I would advise you to use Julius Caesar with heal. If you plan to use Julius Caesar as main commander, then the secondary commander should have some heal. If you plan to use Julius Caesar as a secondary commander, then the main commander should have heal. This is very, very important because Julius Caesar does not have a lot of nuke. He is a very strong and surviving commander, and later on in the game Julius Caesar will help you a lot with his last kill. So this is gonna take a lot of time. I'm just gonna speed it up. So again, Minamoto and Cao Cao on Kaiser. So this was the Julius Caesar testing that I wanted to show, and now I'm gonna show the first attempt where I tried my swordsman. So this is my first attempt of trying out the swordsman. So you can see that he has 96,000 archers, he has 137,000 cavalry and 7,000 swordsmen. And I should have scouted before I got all my troops. Minamoto is maxed out. So I'm attacking with 177,000 swordsmen. The reason I'm showing you this video is because I want you to see that troops in a battle matter as well. The other videos that I showed you, I want to show the equal numbers, because that is the best testing you can do. When the commanders and when the equal number of troops, equal number of tiers, and I already showed you that many of the players that I was fighting, they had maxed out commanders with legendary ones with expertise unlocked. The problem what was happening here was that he had two nukers and they were doing way too much damage. So I was having 63,000 less troops than him. So I was trying my best. But in the end, because he had the numbers of troops, so you're noticing that slowly yeah, so obviously I'm gonna get smashed, but the amount of troops made the difference. I was just trying to make sure that I'm not going to lose any troops due to hospital capacity. So yeah, there it is. I'm gonna get smashed. My commanders did the best they could, but maxed out Minamoto did the trick. Again, 177 versus 240,000. If I would have 240,000, I would have smashed him down to bits. That would be a 100% victory for me. But he had more troops than me. I didn't scout it. I just wanted to show you the outcome and show that if the troops, the number of troops, can overcome even one of the strongest setups. So strength in numbers. And now this is why, if you are wondering, hey everyone, how is it going? This is your boy Legend Ronnie, back on the helm. Double the trouble. I'm fighting a level 25 player VIP 15, And these are his troops. Julius Caesar with Hannibal Barca. So let me tune up. I think he has full cavalry setup or full cavalry army, and I'm with full infantry. So this is like 200,000 versus 200,000, and that is, so I'm using some underrated commanders. As you can see, I'm using Joan of Arc, but she's maxed out, and I'm using Charles Martel. So there you go, Charles Martel with Joan of Arc versus Julius Caesar and maxed out Hannibal Barca. Ladies and gentlemen, his Hannibal Barca was maxed out. You need VIP 200k troops. You need actually VIP 14 to max out Hannibal Barca. I was mentioning VIP 15, but it was VIP 14 to max out Hannibal Barca. So I'm just gonna speed this one up a little bit. That much damage. I'm on 100k troops left, and he's about to get smashed. Slowly, so VIP 15, level 25 player. VIP 14 power. He might be VIP 15, I don't know. But versus me, Legend Ronnie. But you need VIP 14 to max out Hannibal Barca. I'm just gonna go forward. Let's see if there are any more battles. I think there are. This is again my archer setup. I'm not sure if Hoteli wants to fight. All right. So on this one, I can show you what a very strong setup can do to a, let's say, non-spender player or a more weaker player. 200k, let's fight 200k. So there you go. He wants to fight. Right. So this is the outcome. You can see the amount of damage I'm doing to him. Am I going to finish the fight full health? So 200,000 Hannibal Barca Minamoto with a mixture of troops. Oh, some more damage to your troops, huh? That was Chris. I was not really wondering about the other player. I was not really wondering the other player, because look at me, I'm still on full full health, and he's like going down and down and down. So he left. He's realized that he's not really doing anything. So now we're doing mixture of troops. So let's go ahead. The only problem in my attack is that I used again Joan of Arc. So this is again maxed out Minamoto and Hannibal Barca versus Charles Martel and my beautiful girl Joan of Arc. You heard him. So let's see, does Hannibal Barca going to do it? I might say that probably I've done a mistake going with Joan of Arc, but the reason I used Joan of Arc in this, I think, particular Hannibal Barca and Minamoto combo is way too strong. It's because I had to mitigate the damage. I had to mitigate the damage from single troops. So yeah, VIP 15 commanders. What can you do? I had to mitigate the damage from Minamoto and the bonus from Hannibal Barca that the troops I believe that I'm doing a little bit better with Joan of Arc, or not. I'm not entirely sure. Minamoto is just doing way too much damage, and that Hannibal Barca is just overpowered with his skill. Yeah, exactly, that was the problem. So I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. With Joan of Arc, but that I'm just gonna speed it up so it is not gonna be that long. So he got his revenge. But I believe that I done the most out of it, considering that 10,000 troops. I'm fighting 2 VIP maxed out commanders. So yeah, I believe that I've done the most. It was very tight, but yeah, they have a lot more alliance bonuses than I do, so they also have that as well. Plus he's double in power than me, if not more. He's like 27 million power Chris. So yeah, he has a lot more research. This is what I'm trying to say. I think I did the most out of it. Troops. So he was left on 50k troops. Out commanders. So yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to mitigate the damage from Hannibal Barca and Minamoto with my Joan of Arc, but I didn't have healing. If I would have had healing, they would have done a lot more damage, but it might have been a little bit different. So let me put the other video. So this is the other video. I'm fighting the strongest player on the highest team power player on the server. So I'm on around 12.5 million power, and he's at 31 million power right now. So he's using Julius Caesar and Hannibal Barca, and I'm using my defensive setup. Because people are keep wondering, and people are keep asking me, how can you defeat the strong players on your server? Well, I showed you against maxed out VIP commander what my setup can do, and I showed you at the beginning of the video which are the commanders that I'm using for these battles, and I believe that it is very possible to counter those spenders if you know how to counter them. And I showed you that archers can be the swordsmen as well, so it's all about the amount of troops and what troops to use to fight with them. So I'm just gonna speed it up because it's... So obviously I win, and this is why I zoom in right now. So just look at that, 136, 138. So because I'm healing so much, at some point he's doing so less damage that I'm actually healing more than he's killing. So look at that, 139,000. 141,000, so it's keep going up. So I finished with 150,000 troops fighting him. 142,000, 145, and obviously as more troops you keep getting back, as more damage you keep doing. So where does one attack beat 5 defense? And you can see the runes. I didn't mention at the beginning of the video, but you can see my buffs on the top. I have defensive buffs, and even the rune in the battles that I've showed you, I have defensive rune as well. So where does attack beat defense? I have no idea. The real-time strategy proves it otherwise. So he's using 200,000 cavalry on the next one. So we just had to wait for these little fellas to finish their battle. My cavalry were not that great. So I used John of Arc on this one. He used 150,000 cavalry. He used the same commanders, Hannibal Barca and Julius Caesar. So I was Charles Martel and John of Arc. So because the battles they were a little bit longer, you know, I was chatting in the same time. But these are the results. So the reason you might wonder why I put John of Arc in there, it was for the same reason when I fought Chris. Because of the 25% damage reduction from John of Arc, because I was thinking that having full cavalry, he probably switched his talents as well on the cavalry path, and he could probably have a lot more damage, but he didn't. He told me after that he kept the same talents. So Richard I would have done a lot better in this situation. But I'm gonna win with John of Arc as well, just not as better as the last one. And for the last battle with Big Rig B, he wanted to go full archers, and I think I used my archers as well. Come on. So this is where I smash him with 68,000 swordsmen left. And after that we went archers versus archers, and I used only epic commanders. He used legendary commanders and I used epic commanders, but both my epic commanders had heal. So when you see that high amount of damage that I do on him, that is from Boudica skill. You can check which one exactly, I think is the last one. You can see that sometimes it go 1700, 1000 and something. And also Joan of Arc, when she uses her ability, it grants 30% attack for 4 seconds. So yes, full archer setup versus archer setup, and that's Julius Caesar and Hannibal Barca. And he's, as I mentioned, a 31 million player, but he told me that his talents are for siege or rally. They are set up for rally. So yeah, he's not really boosting the troops as much as possible, but again it brings you to having the right setup or the right counter for the battle that you are going to have. And I showed you with Chris, which had both VIP commanders. He had them maxed out. Imagine if I had my Charles maxed out or Richard, it would have been a lot more different. I'm still very far away from that. I'm just, all my videos, I'm just trying to show you that it's very, very possible to achieve things that some seems to be miracles, or some just give up. So this is what I want to show you. This is why I'm also showing you this video against these powerful players. So obviously I smashed him, because this is what our gladiator arena stands on to. How many I have left? So I have 57,000 archers left. And I think that was the last one. Or I still have a fight with Dara. Yes. So this is Dara's Hannibal Barca and Minamoto. He asked me for one more battle. I was like, alright, Dara, if you want one more battle, we are going to have one more battle. Why not? So again, I put my Richard first. I was like, let's do this. So this is what we do in our gladiators arena. You probably see others fighting as well. So this is what we do. We just fight with each other. We have fun, spend the resources, rather than trying to destroy the server. You know, trying to preserve the server, trying to preserve the players and everything is very, very important. Because if you don't have people to fight with, if you don't have people to play with, then there is going to be no fun. So until kingdom versus kingdom is going to come, this is what we are basically doing. It not necessarily needs to be a kill event. You can do this even if it's not a kill event. If you actually want to fight, just find a couple of people. You've seen on my live stream, we did group fights as well. So yeah, I feel sorry for Dara. I just speed it up a little bit because obviously this is like 3-4 hours of video material. If I would have just let it play, it would have been too long, and even like that, it is like a 40 and something minutes video right now. So I'm just gonna let this one play. So I believe that you guys learn a lot from this video, and you can learn a lot from what I'm trying to show and what I'm trying to teach you. And again, real-time strategy is not the same of some algorithm or mathematical calculations. They do not apply in the real-time strategy. So there you go, I smashed him again. Alright, so I hope you find this video helpful. If you do, don't forget to drop a thumbs up. If you do want to see more videos of me and Rise of Civilization, you can subscribe. So until next time, this is your boy Legend Ronnie, and I'm telling you peace out. And don't forget, I love you all.